what I thought would be fun for tonight is to kind of recount our walk across the Bruce Trail.
Sure.
So obviously here's the 90-degree turn in the fifth line.
Yeah.
So we started about right here somewhere. And as we came across the trail, if I remember right, you and I were kind of looking up and down the trail, and we were like, okay, that's probably this little sliver here was the fifth line trail.
Yeah.
And then I remember we were kind of looking down this way, and you were pointing and saying we could see where this trail went down here. And then you were telling me about before the bridge was built, you had to ski all the way down here to kind of go back down the hill because
no, you actually did ski past the top of the second iteration of the T-bar.
Okay.
Past it and along the top of the ridge, which is now that main trail. It was all forested, but you could go along the top of the ridge over to where the top of the first T-bar was.
Okay, so you would come all the way down here, basically.
No, wait a minute. Stop when you get to the corner and go off to your left towards the chalet. That's the trail. Along there, keep going along there, and then past the top of the T-bar, which is about there, and then down to the chalet. Okay. But you had to go through the returning bars, and it was really, really a risky thing to do. It was cumbersome. Now, I'm sure we were worried about risk all the time because risk management was coming up as a very big consideration at all ski resorts.
Yeah. When you and I were up there, so the final location of the let's just say the last T-bar that was built, was it more oriented like this as far as the lift line?
Well, no, that's the ski trail. It went through the forest and you can't see where it was.
Okay. Was the lift line?
Maybe you can see it. There's a kind of a muted, like take the big curve in the road there, and that's where the road stop right there. That's where the bottom of the second T-bar was, and it went up through the forest. Go towards the road, farther towards the road. That where you're going right now, that was the lift line, and you can see, that's the lift line right there. And it ended there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. All right.
And it wasn't the last T-bar that was put in. The last T-bar that was put in was the one that came from Twin Harris.
No, is that what we called the third T-bar? This one,
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, this one that was over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can see the line of it too, at least I can.
Yeah. So when we came across the trail, so we saw those two things, and then we were coming through here.
Farther south a little farther.
Yeah, we came through these trees. And I remember we came out here, and that's where we were kind of seeing this trail, and we were talking about your story with the squirrel and the dump.
Well, the dump was in that little valley, but a little farther to the south, right in there, that's where it kind of widened out. And when we came back, I remembered we saw some erosion there, which had happened after the ski club was, folded, I think. I was interested in that, but I never really had a chance to pursue it. The erosion, I mean.
Yeah.
That's third generation human caused erosion.
Yeah. So we basically entered here, then kind of came through the forest here. And we started working our way up here.
Somewhere near there. Yeah.
Yep. And we kind of paralleled this trail for a while.
Well, we crossed the lift line, and that's where the detritus from the snowmaking system was in there.
Yeah. Here's the main lift line right here.
Oh, okay. So I'm wrong.
Right there's the main lift line. So we're kind of unsure of names of trails over here, correct? This was like the fifth line trail.
Yeah, I mean, I always just called it the fifth line, but people called it, I guess, a trail. Yeah, next to it, I never did have a name that I know of for it. The squirrel trail, I call it.
Yeah, and you planted all these pine trees here.
I planted them all.
Yep. Something that I've learned as I've been going back and watching our videos is, these pine trees are some really good clues as you're walking walking the trail. So we basically came across here, we identified this area.
Well,
and
again,
then,
we were pretty close to where go back to the road where we parked.
right around here somewhere,
Well, I think farther south than that.
down here somewhere.
Around there, yeah.
Yep. So
And then we went across, but we went close to where like we saw trees that I had planted really soon after we started walking.
No, you're absolutely right. We certainly did. Yeah, I bet you we entered about right here because we saw
No,
these.
no, I mean farther south.
This way.
The dirt, that's the trees I planted.
Yes.
No sooner had we started to walk than we went through a little clearing right there. Whoa. A
Right
little
here.
farther south. Right there. That's a little clearing that was still semi-open when we first walked off the road.
Okay.
And I think I pointed downhill from there and said, that's where I almost rolled the bombardier over, right in about there. I may have told you that story, but anyway, I think we encountered those planted trees pretty soon after we started off on our trek.